Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Zach. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to Wilson Builds. We are back on the 1929 Ford Roadster. We took a bit of a hiatus filming on really everything, but mostly this car. I really wanted to get it running and driving, and there was just little things that were hard to film and so on and so forth. So it is running, it is driving, it is a blast to rip around, and I'm so excited that it's finally at this stage. But today we're headed to LG Speed and Kustoms to go see Lee, and we're going to do a bit of a collab video. I think he's going to do a video, I'm going to do a video. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to finish off the interior. Side panels, carpets, templates, the whole 9 yards of kind of building a custom interior. So I'm going to pack up, and we're going to head to Lee's and probably be there for the next few days. Obviously I'm not going to stay there or anything. He's local, not too far away from me, so it's going to be a really fun few days. I'm going to learn a ton, hopefully you guys too. But yeah, we'll see you at Lee's. All right, so we just got to Lee's, and we're gonna start making templates. There's Lee. We're gonna start doing hot rod stuff.
We're winging it.
Yeah, we're winging it. So, I guess carpet first, door panels?
Probably carpet, yeah. I was thinking I'll make carpet. I'll start on the carpet, and you can start making door panels and all the side panels so that by lunchtime we're done.
Sweet, yeah. All right.
Not today's lunchtime, but a lunchtime.
Yeah, a lunchtime.
In this video, Zach Wilson is joining us, and we are going to do an interior in his Model 8 Roadster.
All right, so this is what we got with the seat out. I already have some underlay down there. We have everything in that's going to stay, e-brake, shifter boot, and the ring to go around that. We have our brake kind of access hatch there. Other than that, I mean, besides the steering collar there, that's the only thing that's going to be kind of interrupting our carpet. I think Lee's going to start doing the carpet template. I'm going to start doing the kick panels, the doors, and kind of everything else. Yeah, carport's good. When I'm doing the kick panel, do I want it to go up, or do I just want to go to this line?
I would probably go from here and just like kind of curves there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you just want it so that like when you're sitting in the car and
you can't see
over,
it.
You can't see the car.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. So I'm fighting this edge here, but I figure if I just shove it in here, since it's cardboard and it's kind of bendy, I can actually just do this and get a good edge of it and then cut away what we need. So you can see we have a nice flared up corner here, so I'm just going to do it a little bit more. The only problem is that little flange that holds the front cowl on, it sticks out a little bit.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You just make it.
Oh, it's square to this? Okay, gotcha. So this has to go, I see what you mean, just underneath there, about an eighth. So
okay. When you pull it back out, I'll show you how. Yeah, it'll sit kind of like.
I see.
Kind of like that.
Cool. So we just have to compensate that.
Yeah.
So again, back to kind of the measurement and what we were doing here. Right here, we're gonna go up about 1/8 of an inch, so that allows the fabric to wrap around and fit nicely. I don't know, Lee, can you explain that a little bit better?
What?
Why we go 1/8 of an inch here up from where this template is when we actually put our real template in here with the plastic.
We are doing that because when you cover this with upholstery, upholstery has a thickness to it, and if you have a little bit of foam in there, that's also a little bit of thickness. So you need to make this smaller than your final product so that when you wrap the upholstery in it, once all that bulk wraps around, your finished product is the actual like overall dimension that you want.
Science.
Science.
Science rules.
All right, so we found our top hole here, and I just poked a screwdriver through there. And then we took a grease pencil down here, I don't know if you can see that, and made our references for our 2 other holes. References? References. Anyways, so we're gonna eyeball that as best as we can. So obviously we label this out because this is going to be the panel that goes out. This will be against the cowl there and then pass. Pretty simple. So let's get to the door panel, then we can have kind of the passenger side done, and like I said, then we can switch it around. You can see I screwed up on the corners a little bit, so I just highlighted those in blue. So I'm going to make new corners just with tape and just kind of bring it through here. But everything else is looking good. I have to cut this line up here, just underneath this door that isn't straight. It kind of flows down. And then over here is good. It runs out of this kind of rolled edge towards the door latch, so that's going to be a little easier. But pretty happy with it. All right, as you can see, I added a lot of tape because we kind of cut things a little wrong, but that is making templates. So door, a couple holes for our supports, and it's looking pretty good. We have to drill 1 new hole, and we're gonna have to weld just a little cross brace down here because this door was originally cut really weird, so just 1 little cross brace there. Won't hurt. And now we can move to the back panel. All right, so I got a bit ahead of myself. We're not doing the sides first, we have to do the back first, because when we do the sides, it's gonna roll into that and connect that piece there. We're gonna have to do some scraps on the bottom, because if we don't, if you have anything in your pocket and it goes behind the seat, it's on the road. And then we have to do a little piece there. We're gonna trace the body line, and then like I said earlier, or how Lee explained, we'll cut about 1/8 off this, so when we roll our fabric over, the fabric is what's gonna be in line with this body line. So I'm gonna start working on this side and then doing the bottoms, and then we'll start tracing that out, cutting it, and getting it all ready. Okay, so there's our cardboard template. We have a little hole down there. That rod goes kind of out the back and holds our emergency brake lines above the rear end so it doesn't get caught up in there. But I think we can now move into building our rear panels. I don't really know what we're gonna do here. I know this one has to go underneath, but for this one, I think they can concave a little bit. So we're gonna have to find a good meeting point for this upper section on both sides. But yeah, I'm gonna start tackling the side panels now. All right, so if you're following Lee's video, which will probably be uploaded before mine, I am now cutting out the templates on our piece of, I don't know what type of plastic this is called, but the nice thing about this plastic is it doesn't warp, it doesn't get wet, it doesn't shrink. it doesn't expand. This will probably outlast the car, as Lee said best in his video. So we have enough here where I can cut out these pieces, and then we have a bigger piece underneath that will do the rest. So I'm gonna get my Sharpie, and I think it's gonna be best for me to tape these on so I have a really good template and doesn't move. Our shear, and we're going to cut on the inside of the line, or I guess the inside of the line that we just drew. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so we have all the templates cut out now. Obviously, there's some edges that we can't, that's a bad example, like this, that we can't get to. So we're gonna have to do some different techniques to get into those. But other than that, it's all roughed out. All right, so we have our 40 grit sandpaper block, and it is really good for getting around these corners. Like so. Clean these up. Perfect. We're going to radius all the corners. All right, so we have all our panels laid out, and we're gonna have to fit a couple. I've started fitting this door panel, and this is gonna be the most challenging one because we have a moving mechanism. So I'm gonna have to take a little bit off here and maybe a little bit out of here. But overall, it's fitting really good. Day 2 on the Roadster interior, and we got pretty far yesterday. We got all the panels figured out. I have to redo the passenger door. The driver door seems okay. I still have to mock up our kick panels, but I'm really happy with where it all turned out yesterday. Lee is upstairs, I was gonna say welding the carpet. He is sewing the trim on the carpet, so I'm pretty sure the carpet's almost close to done. So we just have to, again, mock those in, drill our holes for our, can I open this with one hand? For our clips, and then we can take it all out and start roughing up the upholstery and seeing how much material we need and so on and so forth. So let's get after it. Now we can fit in our panel. Voila. So we have a little bit of up and down. Not too, that's kind of, I don't like how much room we have here. Do we have that little sample piece of carpet around here? that's a little bit better. And then plus our material on here will bump it up a little bit. We could probably play with it a bit as well. I don't know, maybe I should redo this one too. Well, let's try the other side then. Shoot. Oh well, we'll have to recut these, not a big deal. So I'm gonna take a piece of tape and just do this. So obviously we have to add about a 3/4 of an inch on this end to hit the carpet. I don't know where we went wrong there, or where I went wrong there. However, we have to fix it, so let's go fix it. Okay, round 2. Obviously we put a 2 on these templates because they're our second attempt and we won't get them confused. Yeah, much better. So it flows right into these lines way better. Instead of about a 1/4, there's about an 1/8. And yeah, happy. I think we're gonna have to cut a little bit around here where the door latch goes in because it was getting caught yesterday. So let's put our clips in and then we can figure out that step. All right, so all the clips are in. We're looking pretty good. I have to cut out a little bit right here and here for our door clip here and over there. So get on that, and then we have to work some sheet metal on a 90 to kind of fill this void so we can kind of wrap our upholstery nicely. And I got to do that on both sides too. And then I think we can pull it out and start getting it ready for upholstery. All right, now we can build our little 90-degree kind of filler piece in here. I think we can just probably rivet it to this stuff, but we got to get the height first and kind of where we want to put it. There is a little bit of metal down in there, so I'm just going to put it in here and work on it from this way. Alright, so as you can see, we got our piece all centered in there. I just drew a reference line around and 2 squiggle marks so I know where it's going to go and where it kind of fits the best. Because like I said earlier, we still need room for our fabric to, I guess, wrap this way. And we have some side-to-side movement on this panel. However, everything else is looking really good. It can obviously be tight in here. I'm not too worried about that because it can kind of butt up against it. It's not going to hurt it. Well, I don't think. I'm not an expert, but that's just my professional guess. I guess unprofessional guess. However, let's get this riveted in here. So I'm going to do the first rivet right through the center. All right, all our panels are finished. All our clips are in, everything works. So Lee and I are gonna start pulling out all the panels so we can install the carpet. And then we can put the seat in and figure out the lines on our side panels to reference the seat, etc., and make it all even. So we're gonna start pulling these out now and then hopefully get the carpet in. Carpet is in. Now we can start installing the rest of the panels. Just one last dry fit so we can see if everything still works out. Here comes the back one now. And then pull them out for a final time before we upholster them. All right, carpet is in. We got our seat back in. We got our brake master cylinder hatch back in. Everything is looking really good. We just test fit all our panels. Now we're just going over the pleats. As you can see, we did a line there, but it looks a little odd because it's too low. We did a line here and it looks a little odd because it's too high. However, we might split the difference or maybe run it and do a little swoop down and make it look kind of, I don't know, artistic. But we're just trying to figure that all out, and then we can go in and start putting our shifter boot on and everything else kind of back in. Really stoked at the progress so far. All right, so we came up with a design, or at least Lee came up with a design with the help from Shannon. We're gonna do a little swoop down, because if we did that line again all across, it would look strange, but if we did that line all across, it would look strange. So the swoop down was our best bet, and I think it looks phenomenal. So that upper bit is the same as this upper bit, and that line there matches our line in our seat. So we're gonna blow it apart now and go.
This is the swoopy down. I got a trademark on that, by the way, so if anyone else uses the swoopy down, I get a royalty.
And then we're gonna go upholster the rest of it. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, third and hopefully final day of the Roadster interior. We are just starting to, I guess, upholster the panels. I mean, the back one's done right there. And now we just have to staple, and I don't know if it's any gluing involved, but stapling for sure. So I'm gonna go upstairs and help Leo do that. So what we're doing now is we're cutting, we just drew a trace of the template around the foam that Lee sewed up. And we're just cutting the excess foam off. And we're doing that on the outside line of what we drew. So when we put the template on, it allows that little bit of foam to wrap around the corner. So I'm just doing all the little cuts right now. And then it'll end up starting to look something like this after all the cuts. So you can see we have our template here, and it kind of fits in there perfectly. So we're just cutting the excess foam, obviously not touching any of the foam that's going to be on the front. So you can see the reference mark there and the ones down there for the pleats. And now it'll just hit the staple gun and make it look amazing. Well, we hope it looks amazing.
It's gonna look great. Why wouldn't it?
Okay, panels are all done and they look pretty awesome. So we're gonna take them downstairs to the car now and start putting them in. All right, panels downstairs. We gotta put the back panel in first, and then we can start working our way around and fitting everything else. It should fit really good because we already test fit them. So put a little time lapse on for you guys and we'll put it all together. Check that out. We got everything back in now. Gas pedal, steering collar, brake pedal, and everything is looking good. Now we got to put the seat in. Look at this top quality service from LG Speed and Custom. Even wipes the seat after he puts it in. All right, we are all buttoned up and all finished. And I could not be happier. Look at that interior.
Would you just look at it?
Just look at it.
You know what I say when I see something like this? I say, would you just look at it? Look at this. Look at that.
I can't believe it. This is finally finished after all the time we spent building this car. This was the last little bit. Hey guys, as you can see, the Roadster is back home now, and I am so stoked on how it turned out. I mean, not only did it complete the car and give the interior that really cool custom look, it is actually very functional as well. Driving it home, I realized how quiet it is. And I mean, it was like driving a different car. It was a completely different experience driving this. The rattles and the shakes and all the weird sounds completely dissipated and went away. And it's so different to drive. I can't believe how different it is. I mean, I never thought a Roadster with open fenders and a rowdy exhaust and no hood and so on and so forth would be more quiet, but it was like, again, a completely different experience driving this vehicle, and I'm so stoked. Huge thank you to Lee Grant at LG Speed and Kustoms for allowing me to kind of bum around in the shop the last 2.5 days and teaching me so much. I mean, I learned an incredible amount, but learning that amount made me realize how little I actually knew. So, I mean, there were so many different techniques to learn, and I'm never gonna master it. I would have to be in there every day for 2 years just doing interiors to be at his level. And it was pretty incredible just learning the little things, especially building the templates. That was a huge eye-opener for me. So yeah. Thank you, Lee, if you're watching this. If you guys are watching still at this point in the video, go check LG Speed and Custom out. I'll put the link in the bio below. He's gonna do some pretty cool videos of the upholstery and making the carpet and so on and so forth. So go check him out. And if you liked the video, don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe. I know it's cheesy, but I have to say it every time. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys that return every week. And if you're new to the video, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and notifications. I know everyone's asking me, why aren't you uploading, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I have been uploading, but obviously the algorithm hates me and you guys haven't clicked the notifications button. So if you want to see the videos, we kind of slacking with the uploads, trying to do every 2 weeks, but sometimes it slips to 3. So it is what it is, but it is May 12th. So, I mean, hot rod weather is upon us. There's gonna be lots of meets, lots of cruises. So this isn't gonna be the last time you see the Roadster. I know it's kind of like the finale, having it completely done, but it's gonna be a really fun car to drive and a really fun car to film. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I did. And we'll see you next time on Wilson Builds.